I have only watched the original Mad Max series not too long ago. I think it was somewhere end of last year, and at that time, I didn't know anything about it, which was great because unlike Star Wars, for example, it is such a big franchise and it has been over memes to death on the internet that I got a lot of expectation spoilers that when I actually started watching Star Wars, I was very very underwhelmed. But that is not the case. That was not the case with Mad Max because I knew nothing about it. I only knew that it has something to do with the post-apocalyptic world, and even at that, Mad Max version of post-apocalypse, judging by the poster, looks kind of dry and washed out and boring, and I wasn't actually a fan of Mel Gibson. But I gave it a try anyway. I'll give it a try because at that time I have recently finished Fallout New Vegas. I'm a late bloomer, I know. I have just finished Fallout New Vegas, which entire franchise was inspired by Mad Max. Anyway, so I gave it a try. I gave Mad Max a try, and I was blown away. Partially because of the actions, but also because of the storytelling. Mad Max is unlike anything I have ever seen in modern cinemas. It is the ultimate show don't tell kind of movie, you know? Like especially in Mad Max 2, The Road Warrior, where Mel Gibson's vision of Max is he's just a guy who doesn't give a rat ass about anyone else on his path unless they can benefit him as well. And then how, like, for example, when a character die, they just die. There is no lingering shot panning across their faces to show how heroic the death was or anything like that. And another example would be, yeah, there is no unnecessary romantic plot in the movie, you know, like just unlike most like modern Hollywood films, you know, where you just have to put it in just because, you know, but there isn't such thing in Mad Max, the whole entire franchise. So when I heard that, I think it was beginning of this year, I heard that you know they are making Mad Max Fury Road. They are making a reboot of Mad Max with the original director George Miller, and I don't know him much outside of Mad Max. So I was thinking that oh like can you really pull this off? You know I know that you have like great cast and everything. You have Tom Hardy and Charlize freaking Theron, but can you really pull it off after 30 years of the original one? And so I went to IMDb and I watched some trailers and yeah, it looked pretty sick and everything. But I was thinking that is this the part where all of the good scenes are in the movies and nothing more, you know? And I'm glad I was proven wrong because Mad Max Fury Road is just full of action. The entire thing is full of action. When I entered the movie and I think the opening was a little bit it was already like there was already it was just action and action and action. I was thinking that man you can't do this, you know, like how can you carry this piece across the entire movie, you know, don't do this to yourself movie. But they did. They did, you know, they did. I think I read a review somewhere on the internet saying that the first car chase scene in the movie was the best in cinema, but was the worst uh, uh, in the entire film, and that says something, you know. And yeah, in the middle of the movie, I got a little fatigued actually because of the adrenaline. I had to watch Mad Max Fury Road the second time, so I can so at that time I could be more physically and mentally prepared for everything, you know, like get some good rest and eat some cereal, things like that. So yeah, um, I love everything about Mad Max Fury Road. The actions, of course, the vehicles, the guns, the tribes, the cinematography. It's just so beautiful. It is just so beautiful. I think everyone who has seen Mad Max, whether they loved it or they hated it, everyone agreed that the movie is a visual splendor. No, no argument about that. But I want to point out that Max Fury also has a very good storytelling. Like the whole silent conversation between Max and Furiosa, and yeah, I mean, actually, this movie is as much about Furiosa than it is about Max. But then again, that's a typical Max, you know. He always like just want to do his thing, like got caught up in like some other people's business, not by choice, and he kind of like help them, yeah, and then like get along his way. That's a typical Max. But yeah, yeah, the whole this silent conversation between Max and Furiosa, you can feel it. They don't have to say much, and the whole made up religion by Immortan Joe, the whole journey that they took us inside the war rig. I think there was like this one shot where they show like they focus on this interior of the car, with like some pattern on the ceiling. And I was thinking that, man, it felt so much like home. I felt like I have traveled together with them. I have I have been in this journey together with all the characters inside. And yeah, and then there's the whole character thing. I knew like the name and the personality of each girls in the car. I knew them. It's not I didn't confuse the one for the other, and it's saying something about the world building, the character building, and everything. Max is not just a stoic guy. Charlize is, I mean, Furiosa is not just an angry woman. There is so much backstory to it if you observe enough. But like you can't. Okay, one thing you can't mention Mad Max without mentioning the flamethrower guitarist. And I assure you, even this guy from the very little scenes that he stole from the entire movie, even even this guy have a backstory if you observe enough. And this is coming from a guy who is the least observant. I was like watching this movie second time with my friend Marianne, and all throughout the movie, she's like, "Oh, is this guy gonna do this? Oh, is this guy gonna do that?" And I was like, how can you know for sure? I can't see. I didn't manage to see this for the first time. Stop making me feel dumb. But yeah, I don't want to spoil too much about Mad Max. Just, uh, I'm just recommending it to you. If you haven't seen Mad Max, then by all means, go and see it. If you have seen Mad Max and you love it, go see it again. If you have seen Mad Max and you hated it, give it a second try. If you have seen Mad Max and you hated it and you've seen it again and you still hate it, then maybe you are no friend of mine. Yeah, that's it. That's all I want to say. So